Colorado Avalanche versus Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins return to TD Garden desperate to halt a 6-game losing streak as they host the surging Colorado Avalanche in an interconference showdown. The contrast between these two teams could not be sharper. Colorado, 5-0-3, 13 points, sits atop the Central Division, unbeaten in regulation and displaying elite consistency, while Boston, 3-6-0, 6 points, languishes near the bottom of the Atlantic, battling defensive breakdowns and shaky goaltending. This matchup marks their second meeting in a week, after the Avalanche handled the Bruins 4-1 in Denver. For Boston, it's about survival and identity. For Colorado, it's about extending dominance and proving they're legitimate early-season contenders. Goaltending will be under the microscope. For the Avalanche, veteran backup Scott Wedgwood, 2-0, 2.33 goals against average, .910 save percentage, has been steady in relief duties, while prospect Trent Miner impressed in his lone appearance. With starter Mackenzie Blackwood sidelined until later this week, Wedgwood's reliability is crucial. On the other side, Boston's crease has become a concern. Jeremy Swayman, 2-3 and 0, 3.02 GAA, 903 SV%, has struggled to find rhythm behind a leaky defense, while Joonas Korpisalo, 1-3-0, 4.03 GAA, 0.845 SV%, has been unable to stop the bleeding. If the Bruins cannot stabilize in net, their losing skid could stretch further. Colorado's structured forecheck and deep scoring lineup make them especially dangerous against teams allowing rebounds and defensive zone turnovers. Offensively, the matchup features two stars at their peak. Colorado's Martin Necas has been electric, leading the Avalanche with 12 points, 6 goals, 6 assists, and a +8 rating, thriving in all situations with his speed and precision passing. His chemistry with the second line has given Colorado an added dimension, making them difficult to contain beyond their top unit. Boston counters with David Pastrnak, their heartbeat on offense. With 12 points, 5 goals, 7 assists, Pastrnak continues to generate scoring chances despite limited support. He's firing nearly 4 shots per game, but the lack of secondary scoring has left Boston overly dependent on his brilliance. If Pastrnak isn't on the score sheet, the Bruins rarely win. Form and trends heavily favor the Avalanche. Over their last 5 games, Colorado has gone 3-0-2, securing wins against Buffalo, Columbus, and Boston before narrow extra-time losses to Utah and Carolina. Their offensive balance has been their hallmark, averaging 3.50 goals per game while allowing just 2.13. They control tempo with elite puck possession and crisp transition play. Meanwhile, Boston's recent stretch has been brutal. The Bruins have dropped 6 straight, surrendering 31 goals in that span. Losses to Anaheim, 7-5, and Vegas, 6-5, highlight defensive fragility, and their penalty kill, once elite, has dipped to 86.1%. Their power play remains productive at 21.9%, but their inability to protect leads has erased offensive gains. Injuries are another subplot. Colorado remains without key depth players like Logan O'Connor, IR, LT, Joel Kiviranta, IR, and defensemen Samuel Girard and Ronnie Attard. However, their depth has stepped up, with young blue liners adapting quickly. Boston, conversely, misses critical defensive anchors Hampus Lindholm, out until October, 25, and Jordan Harris, IR, October, 30, thinning an already struggling blue line. Without Lindholm's puck movement and shutdown ability, Boston's defensive zone coverage has been inconsistent, forcing extended shifts and costly turnovers. In the standings, Colorado sits comfortably atop the Central Division, a point clear of Winnipeg and Utah. Boston, however, is in danger of slipping out of the Atlantic race entirely, trailing division leaders Montreal and Detroit by at least 4 points. A home victory would not only end their skid, but also restore confidence in a group expected to contend for a playoff spot. Conversely, another loss could accelerate talks of early adjustments or lineup changes. Key X factors are transition speed and discipline. Colorado's 87% penalty kill is nearly flawless, and balanced scoring, 5 players with at least 5 points, keeps them unpredictable. Boston relies on steady goaltending and Pasternak producing multi-point nights. If the Bruins control physical play and tighten slot coverage, they could force a low-scoring, hard-fought game. Prediction: Colorado's form, structure, and confidence make them the clear favorite. The Avalanche should capitalize on Boston's defensive lapses and extend their point streak. While the Bruins' home crowd may spark a strong start, Colorado's depth and special teams should carry them late. Final score: Avalanche 4, Bruins 2. Colorado stays undefeated in regulation, while Boston's skid reaches 7 at home. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Colorado Avalanche winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Vegas Golden Knights versus Florida Panthers. The Vegas Golden Knights roll into Sunrise riding a 4-game win streak as they prepare to battle the Florida Panthers in a cross-conference showdown that contrasts momentum with desperation. Vegas, the Pacific Division leader at 5-0-2, has yet to lose in regulation and continues to look every bit like a contender. Florida, meanwhile, sits at 4-5-0 and is struggling to find rhythm early in the Atlantic Division race, despite flashes of offensive promise. This meeting marks Game 1 of their 2-game regular season series and offers a litmus test for both. Vegas aiming to extend dominance, Florida seeking a statement rebound. Vegas enters as one of the NHL's most balanced teams. They're scoring 4.29 goals per game while allowing just 2.71, ranking near the top in both offense and defense. Their special teams are sharp, converting 32.1% on the power play and killing penalties at 73.7%. Florida, by contrast, averages only 2.44 goals per game while allowing 3.11, and their 24.3% power play success has been inconsistent. That gap in efficiency could define Saturday's outcome. In goal, the expected matchup pits Vegas's Adin Hill against Florida's Sergei Bobrovsky. Hill has posted a 2.73 goals against average with an .888 save percentage, while backup Akira Schmid has been solid when called upon .897 save percentage. Bobrovsky, still Florida's workhorse, carries a 2.61 GAA and .893 save percentage, steady but below his peak form. With Vegas's offense firing on all cylinders, Bobrovsky will need a vintage performance to give Florida a chance. Depth could also favor Vegas. The Panthers' backup Daniil Tarasov, 0-2-0, 3.08 GAA, has struggled early, underscoring Bobrovsky's heavy workload. Offensively, the Golden Knights are led by Jack Eichel, who's been sensational with 16 points, 6 goals, 10 assists in 7 games. Pavel Dorofeyev's 7 goals lead the team, including 4 on the power play, while captain Mark Stone continues to facilitate with 11 assists and steady two-way play. Florida counters with veteran Brad Marchand, who's carrying much of the offensive burden, 10 points, 5 goals, 5 assists. But the absence of stars Alexander Barkov and Matthew Tkachuk has left the lineup thin on scoring threats. Marchand's competitive fire and experience are critical, but without his supporting cast, Florida's attack has been inconsistent. Recent trends paint a clear divide. Vegas has been dominant in its last 5 games, dispatching Carolina 4-1, Calgary twice 6-1, 6-1, 4-2, and Boston 6-5, with its lone blemish an overtime loss in Seattle. The Panthers, meanwhile, are reeling, losing 3 of their last 5, including a 5-3 defeat to Pittsburgh and a 3-0 shutout in Buffalo. Their lone bright spot came in a gritty 4-3 win over Boston, but defensive lapses and penalties, league-high 84 PIM, have repeatedly cost them. Standings pressure is mounting on Florida. At 8 points, they trail division leader Montreal by 4, while Vegas holds a narrow 2-point lead over Seattle atop the Pacific. For the Panthers, this matchup is less about the standings and more about regaining stability before the season slips away. Vegas, on the other hand, is looking to solidify its elite status with another statement road win. Injuries remain a major storyline. Florida's IR list is daunting. Captain Alexander Barkov, out since April, Matthew Tkachuk, expected back in December, Thomas Nosek, also December, and defenseman Dmitry Kulikov, March. Vegas, conversely, is completely healthy, a rare early season advantage that's fueling their cohesion and pace. The Golden Knights' blue line has been disciplined, and their 30.6 shots per game highlight their control of tempo and territory. The X factors lie in transition and goaltending. Vegas thrives on counterattacks led by Eichel and Stone, exploiting turnovers with surgical precision and generating high-danger chances in a hurry. Florida must contain that speed while finding secondary scoring from depth forwards like Sam Reinhart and Carter Verhaeghe, who can tilt momentum with timely goals. Bobrovsky's ability to withstand early pressure in net could dictate whether this becomes a competitive battle or another Vegas rout, as early saves and rebound control will be key in keeping the Panthers within striking distance. Special teams execution, particularly on the penalty kill, may also play a pivotal role in determining the flow of the game. Prediction: Vegas's balance, depth, and special teams edge make them clear favorites. Expect the Golden Knights to continue their winning ways, powered by Eichel's playmaking and Dorofeyev's scoring touch. Florida will compete with energy at home, but their depleted lineup and penalty troubles are too much to overcome. Vegas 4, Florida 2. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Vegas Golden Knights winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Columbus Blue Jackets versus Pittsburgh Penguins. The Columbus Blue Jackets travel to Pittsburgh for a divisional clash against the surging Penguins, marking the first meeting in their 4-game season series. The Penguins, sitting at 6-2-0 and tied for second in the Metropolitan Division with 12 points, are looking to extend a 3-game winning streak. Meanwhile, the Blue Jackets, 3-4-0, are still finding their footing, currently 7th in the division with 6 points. For Pittsburgh, this matchup offers a chance to tighten its grip on the division's upper tier alongside New Jersey and Carolina. For Columbus, it's an opportunity to prove they can compete against the East's elite. The contrast couldn't be sharper. A veteran, star-studded Penguins core pushing for one more playoff run versus a young Blue Jackets squad still learning consistency. Goaltending could define the night. Columbus splits time between Jet Greaves, 1-2-0, 2.04 GAA, 928 SV cent, and Elvis Merzlikins, 2-1-0, 2.69 GAA, 0.927 SV percent, both of whom have been bright spots despite the team's uneven results. Pittsburgh counters with Tristan Jarry, 3-1-0, 2.52 goals against average, 921 save percentage, and Arturs Silovs, 3-1-0, 2.26 GAA, 0.919 SV percent, forming one of the league's steadiest tandems early on. Jarry's rebound control and Silov's poise have anchored a Penguins defense allowing just 2.38 goals per game. Columbus will need its netminders to steal moments if they hope to slow down a Pittsburgh attack firing at full strength. Offensively, the Penguins' stars are humming. Evgeny Malkin leads the team and the matchup with 12 points, 2G, 10A, orchestrating a power play converting at an efficient 33.3%. Sidney Crosby remains lethal around the crease with 6 goals and 12 shots, while Jake Guentzel's two-way reliability opens space for Pittsburgh's playmakers. Columbus, by comparison, has relied heavily on Kirill Marchenko, whose 7 points, 5G, 2A, have been a lifeline for a team averaging 3.17 goals per game. Boone Jenner's leadership and secondary playmaking, 4A, are vital, but Columbus's lack of depth scoring is an ongoing concern. Their power play, 20%, lags behind the Penguins, and they'll face one of the NHL's stingiest penalty kills, which has shut down 76% of opposing chances. Recent form tilts sharply toward Pittsburgh. The Penguins have won 4 of their last 5, including convincing victories over Florida, 5-3, Vancouver, 5-1, and San Jose, 3-0. Their only stumble came over a week ago against Anaheim, and since then they've tightened defensive structure and dominated possession. Columbus, in contrast, enters off a humbling 5-1 loss to Washington after back-to-back wins over Dallas and Tampa Bay. Their inconsistency, flashing brilliance one night, struggling the next, has defined the early season. Injury-wise, Columbus will miss winger Miles Wood, out lower body, while Pittsburgh's depth takes a hit with multiple absences. Bill Zanin and Rutger McGroarty are sidelined, and Kevin Hayes remains on injured reserve. Still, the Penguins' veteran depth allows them to roll 4 balanced lines. Columbus's thinner forward core may struggle to keep pace, especially if Pittsburgh's forecheck sustains pressure. In the broader division picture, both teams sit in very different realities. The Penguins are chasing the top-seeded Devils and could pull even for first with a win, while the Blue Jackets are fighting to climb out of the basement. For Columbus, this game represents more than 2 points. It's a test of resilience against a proven contender. The X factors lie in execution. If Marchenko can find space against the Penguins' shutdown pair and Merce Lickens, if he stands tall, Columbus could steal momentum and swing the game in their favor during critical stretches. Conversely, Pittsburgh's special teams and puck management are likely to dictate tempo, forcing the Blue Jackets into reactive play. Expect Malkin and Crosby to exploit mismatches with their speed and vision, while Jarry's calm presence in net could neutralize any Columbus push, keeping Pittsburgh in control during high-pressure moments. Prediction: Pittsburgh's structure, star power, and home dominance should prevail. The Penguins' offense is rolling, their goaltending steady, and their veterans playing inspired hockey, controlling both pace and key matchups. Columbus may hang close early, testing Pittsburgh's depth and forcing adjustments, but over 60 minutes, the Penguins' combination of skill, discipline, and experience should separate them. Expect a 4-2 Penguins victory powered by a multi-point night from Malkin, timely secondary scoring, and another confident showing from Jarry, who will be crucial in silencing the Blue Jackets' scoring threats and maintaining momentum throughout the game. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Pittsburgh Penguins winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Los Angeles Kings versus Nashville Predators. 2 evenly matched Western Conference teams square off on Saturday night as the Los Angeles Kings, 3-3-2, visit the Nashville Predators 3-3-2 at Bridgestone Arena. Both clubs sit in the middle of their respective divisions, with Los Angeles tied for 5th in the Pacific and Nashville in 5th in the Central, making this early season tilt a chance to build momentum and climb the standings. Each team is coming off much-needed victories. Los Angeles edged Dallas 3-2 in overtime, while Nashville held off Vancouver 2-1, adding intrigue to a matchup between 2 squads trying to find consistency amid injury concerns and lineup adjustments. Goaltending stability will be crucial in this contest. The Kings turn to Darcy Kuemper, who owns a 2-2-1 record with a 2.59 goals against average and a .896 save percentage. Kuemper has been solid but not spectacular, relying on strong defensive structure to keep Los Angeles competitive in tight games. His counterpart, Juuse Saros, remains Nashville's backbone between the pipes. Saros carries a 3-2-2 record with a 2.53 GAA and a .911 save percentage, once again proving to be one of the most reliable netminders in the league. With both teams averaging under 3 goals per game, Los Angeles at 2.63 and Nashville at 2.38, this game could easily evolve into a low-scoring goaltenders duel where every rebound and power play chance matters. Offensively, the Kings lean heavily on Adrian Kempe, who has emerged as one of the most dynamic forwards in the early going. Kempe leads the team with 11 points, 4 goals, 7 assists, and remains their most dangerous weapon on both the rush and the power play. His chemistry with line mates has powered the Kings' attack, which has been streaky but capable of explosive bursts. Nashville counters with veteran Ryan O'Reilly, the team's heartbeat at center, who leads the Predators with 5 points, 3 goals, 2 assists. O'Reilly's two-way presence, face-off dominance, and leadership have been essential to Nashville's offensive identity, especially as the team continues to find rhythm with a younger supporting cast. On the blue line, Roman Josie's ability to transition play and quarterback the power play, 4 assists, gives Nashville a creative edge, particularly against a Los Angeles defense that can struggle under sustained pressure. Both clubs have shown flashes of quality, but also inconsistency in recent games. The Kings have gone 2-3 in their last 5, splitting tough overtime results and suffering close losses to Carolina and Minnesota. Their 3.25 goals against per game underscores defensive lapses that have cost them valuable points late. Nashville has mirrored that inconsistency, also 2-3 in their last 5, alternating wins with frustrating losses to Anaheim and Winnipeg. The Predators' penalty kill, 89.3%, has been a bright spot, ranking among the league's most efficient, while Los Angeles continues to battle special team struggles, converting just 27.3% of power plays and killing penalties at 68.6%. A weakness Nashville will aim to exploit. Injury news could further shape the narrative. The Kings are missing captain Anze Kopitar, injured reserve, expected back October 28, while defensemen Angus Booth and Kyle Burrows remain day-to-day. Nashville is without winger Jonathan Marchessault, day-to-day, and defenseman Nicholas Hague, IR, thinning their depth on both ends. Kopitar's absence has forced Los Angeles to shuffle its top 6, testing its depth down the middle, while Marchessault's injury robs Nashville of scoring punch and veteran poise. In the broader divisional context, both teams sit in early playoff contention territory but cannot afford extended losing stretches. Los Angeles, 6th in the Pacific, trails powerhouse Vegas by 4 points, while Nashville faces similar pressure in a competitive Central, where Colorado and Winnipeg have surged ahead. A regulation win here could be a tone-setter, especially for the Kings, who begin a difficult road stretch, and for the Predators, looking to defend home ice where they are 2-1-1. The X factors will likely center on execution and special teams. For Los Angeles, Kempe's scoring touch and Kuemper's steadiness will determine their fate in another close matchup. For Nashville, Saros's ability to control rebounds and Josie's influence on puck movement will be pivotal. Expect a physical, tightly contested game with long stretches of defensive chess. If the Predators' penalty kill holds firm and O'Reilly's line can generate sustained zone time, Nashville has the edge in a 1-goal contest. Prediction: Nashville 3, Los Angeles 2, OT. The Predators' structure, home ice advantage, and Saros's composure give them the slightest edge in what should be another grinded-out defensive battle. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Nashville Predators winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.